That too would be real distracting.
Hello, everyone. Today we are joined by Elaine Marshall. She is the North Carolina Secretary of State. She has teamed up with state officials and AARP to help keep North Carolinians safe from fraud and scams. So we appreciate you joining us. I know you've had a busy day.
I have, but never too busy to talk about scams because that's something we at the Secretary of State's office are very, very concerned with. And we really believe that by informing consumers out there, citizens, because that's the best thing to do. We cannot prosecute our way through all of the bad guys out there. We've got to help people protect themselves so that they don't fall victim to scams.
Yeah, I do think people think, well, if I tell an authority, they'll be able to get the bad guy. But by then, people's money is already gone.
That's absolutely true, especially in the case of scammers asking you to put money in a crypto ATM. I mean, there's once you hit that send button, it's gone. Absolutely, almost no way to trace it. And certainly, crypto is not backed by any bank, any government, what have you. It is just a thing out there, and it's really, if you don't know what I mean, asking to pay a fine or something. All law enforcement agencies don't call to ask you to get a credit card and give it to somebody or pay on a crypto machine. If law enforcement's going to contact you, they're going to either send you an official letter or they're going to come to your door. They don't call up and ask you to do these things or something that you forgot, like a parking ticket or jury duty, all those kinds of things, and you can pay your way out of it, folks. That is just a scam. And what we're seeing now, unfortunately, is secondary scams where the people that scam you come in and say, somebody else says, we know you've been scammed. We'll help you get your money back, but it'll cost you this amount. So that's the secondary scam. But we work with AARP a lot. We are grateful for their assistance, and we're also grateful for WFMY doing this community service.
What types of things do you want people to know about the Secretary of State's office about how it can help them become more aware or not become a victim?
Well, we go about to different senior centers and even church groups to do a scam jam. We frequently do our activities along with the Department of Insurance and the Attorney General's office. Those three organizations together can cover a lot of scams. And sometimes people wonder, who do I call? Who do I call? We all have the attitude there is no wrong door. If you call my office and it's something for the Attorney General, we'll transfer the call, and vice versa. In my office, we protect people from financial scams and investing. We also protect people from notary fraud, counterfeit trademarks, bogus and other charity scams. We have a narrow pathway, but we're really spending a lot of time letting people know and having a threadathon, shreddathon, sorry, is a really good way to work on identity fraud because people will check your trash can. People will try to get it out of you. So if you've got some sensitive documents that you no longer need, probably will not need, go ahead and start getting them together because this April 13th Shreddathon will be a good thing for you to do, to participate in. I know that I've got some very old tax returns and I'm going to put them through a Shreddathon at some time. And it's just real important that it gets chopped up so that people can't read it. So this is a good, valuable community service.
Yeah, we appreciate you kind of helping us with that as well. I think a lot of people think no one's going to go through my trash. They're not going to read all those numbers, but they do.
Wrong. Don't. The creative mind of crooks is almost unbelievable. And please don't think, I don't have much, so I'm not going to get scammed. If you have a Social Security check coming in, you are a target for a scam. We find, unfortunately, friendship and romance scams. Seniors, a lot of them are lonely and they will just talk to anybody that seems friendly to them. So I hope people will get a little bit nosy if you have a friend who's talking about some exotic investment or somebody that's kind of the love of their life that they've never heard of and they've known you for 50 years, that kind of stuff. Please be a little bit curious and try to ask the right questions to that person to help them realize that maybe they're being scammed. And I know don't try to get into other people's business, especially in the South. We're very nice and polite, but you knew it would be a good service you would be doing. We know that for every one scam that gets reported to us, there are about 44 others that don't. And so we have an investors hotline, 1-800-688-4507. And if it happens to be a charity scam, a fake sound alike, or just an out and out fraud, that number is 1-888-830-4989. So we love working with the AARP. We've done teletown minutes with them and fraud watches. And so the AARP is a very, very valuable resource for not just seniors, anybody.
I agree. Thank you so much for giving us all that information. We'll make sure that people can get to your website as well. Elaine Marshall, North Carolina Secretary of State. And what she was just talking about was the WFMY News 2 Shreddathon. It is April the 13th. It's from 4 until 7 at the Greensboro Complex. You can bring up to 3 boxes or bags. And remember, this is absolutely free to protect your identity.